Hey guys, and welcome back to Midtown, USA. It is day 9 of mid-spring, and we are going to be selling some milk here. First thing this morning, we sold, I think, 3 loads of milk last night. Our cows have been pretty busy producing that milk, and that is a good thing because we're able to get about $12,000 per truckload. Today we're going to be doing a little work down at the compost master. We've got a fair bit of hay bales still in our hay barn, in our building, our hay building, and I wanted to do a little cleanup in there and clean them out a little bit and see if we can't maybe make a little cash in the at the same time by taking some of the older hay bales that we had collected and never really got around to using or never really needed from last year, and take them down to the compost master and see if we can't turn them into some more of that wonderful black gold that comes out of that thing, so that we can possibly buy us up some more land. One of the side goals has kind of been to take the whole map as far as the field possession goes. And I think to do that, we're going to need about $2.5 million. We're going to need about another $2 million over the course of spring and summer to do this. So hopefully, we're going to be able to do that. We're going to be taking a fair bit of our excess stuff down to the compost master to take advantage of that. We also have a whole lot of soybeans still in the grain bins. I think we got about 370,000 liters of soybeans. So really looking forward to that, getting a good price here at some point, because we should be able to make, maybe, if the price is right, about $500,000 out of our soybeans. Put that back. Can't have ourselves a dirty trailer, that's for sure. Dirty milk trailer is basically a sin. You don't want to sell milk out of a dirty milk trailer. So I have to admit that this is my third attempt at recording this this episode. Mostly because the first 2 times I tried to use the gooseneck trailer. And, well, the problem is I discovered that if I stopped for traffic up on the road toward the shop, then I didn't have enough power in the truck to get going again. So I eventually got it backed around and turned around and went the other direction. And I discovered the road that goes up by field 16, between field 16 and 17, is pretty rough, to the point where the trailer bottomed out and basically grounded itself on the road. So I got stuck there. So better obviously we need to move our 5th wheel back. Did we? Oh, yep, that thing back. Alright, and let's lock it back in place. There we go. That way, because it looked like it was going to hit, and we don't want to have a collision happen when we're transporting our bales. So this time around, we're going to record it a little differently. We're going to try to use our Kenworth and the step deck trailer instead. First thing we need to do is Need to move our bale fork out of the way. And we need to get this bale out of the way. Kind of the advantage of, if we're going to make anything good out of having to redo this video 3 times, is that we're going to, hopefully learn from our mistakes that we had the first time around and the second time around, and that is to there we go. Hopefully we'll have a better stack than we did the first 2 times. Not like you all saw them anyway. We got 3 full pallets of wool, and we're about halfway done. About halfway through our spring, so I can expect that we'd probably have another 3 pallets of wool by the time we get done spring. The 6 pallets will serve us quite nicely. Alright, let me turn this thing down. This thing is the loudest implement I have heard ever. There we go. It's still loud for me, but it's a lot quieter for you guys. I hope it's a lot quieter for you guys. So the other good thing about using the step deck here is that the first 2 times, I only had about 16 bales on the trailer, and this time we should be able to have a whole lot more bales on the step deck trailer. Uh-oh. I do need to turn off that darn that mod is very convenient until you're trying to use a wheel loader or something that you need to use the mouse clicks for at the same time that you're going through the building. Something else we need to do is we need to kind of square these to stack up. What we're going to do is we're going to drop that off. We're going to back into it. Nudge it a little squarer. Go. We need to be a little careful because that top bale is not locked in. He's just sitting up there. Strap that down. And we'll see if we can't get a couple more bales out of this. Want to nudge that one square too. There we go. Job. Those 4 stacks of 3, they're going to be a pain to get. Basically, those were used. Remember we used that the vertical bale grab for offloading that one trailer. And those bales are part of when we did that, so they're going to be kind of problematic to work around. So now let's see if we can't be careful. Careful where and when we click. Okay. We'll go ahead and load this stack up, and then I will cut, and we'll come back once we have everything down at the compost master area. Alright guys, well we got that loaded up, and on our way over to the compost master. Thought it would be easier if we just drove the JCB over there. Like I said, my first attempt, I tried to use the gooseneck trailer with the Dodge pickup, and basically we put 16 bales on the front of the gooseneck, and then we loaded this up on the back. Made for a fairly heavy load, and we ran into all kinds of problems with the hills. We stopped for traffic because we were being nice, and we ended up getting stuck. We then went up, tried to go that road and come around this way, and we ended up getting stuck because the road's rather rough and bumpy. So this go around, we loaded up, I think, 32 bales on the step deck trailer, and we're just going to drive over here at a nice leisurely rate and unload at the compost master this way. So for the pseudo roleplay, the storyline is that I'm just wanting to get rid of some old bales, clear up the bale building before we make some new ones. Outside of the storyline, the reason I'm doing this is that this map does not have a bale sell point. There he is. There's no way to sell bales on the map if you don't want to use them, except to take them down here to the compost master. So I'm just kind of demonstrating, if you will, that the compost master can be used to get rid of bales. And quite frankly, the way the compost master pays, it is far more valuable for you to bring your unwanted bales to the compost master than to try to sell them at a sell point. You're going to get far more for the compost that they can make than you will get for the bales themselves. Let's go ahead and unstrap those. Let's check and see. We've got 9,700 liters of fuel. That should be good. Got the insides in hopper is empty. You have a little bit piled up here. 77,000 liters are piled up. And that's because I've been kind of waiting on a good price. Last few days, price for compost has not been so good. 2,500, but let's see what our historicals are. Track of that, but look at that. One day we were way up there. So 2,500 is not bad. I've seen it closer to 3,000, so we will probably need to sell some compost here, just because I think the in hopper fills up at 50,000 liters, and I think the output hopper fills up at 100. So if that's the case, we've got what, 100 and well, we got about 80,000 liters to work with here. And each of these stacks is 16,000 liters of hay. So it's going to fill up pretty quick. See, the Compost Master does have a bale destroyer on it. So it will accept bales. So it will accept silage bales, it will accept straw bales, it will accept hay bales, and it will accept grass bales, as well as loose material. It will accept loose hay, straw, grass, and silage. It will also take loose wood chips. So you could sell up your wood chips if you wanted to. Yeah. Put another 32,000 in there. I guess we could have bought, and maybe we will buy, the wheel loader version of this and hook it up to the wheel loader there. So in the future, all we gotta do is bring our bales over here. So what we'll probably do off camera is bring another load or two down here, and we'll also then obviously need to have sold some compost off camera. I will try to not buy any fields off camera, that way everybody can see where the money went to. And if you've watched the other videos, you know that this step deck is universal auto load. But we're just choosing to kind of manually load these bales just for fun's sake. Oh. It is now full. So wait until it processes some more. What we're going to do is we're going to offload these bales and just stack them off here to the side. And then we're going to... man, that thing is loud, isn't it? Then we're going to go get our tipping trailer. And we'll tip in the we'll scoop up some. The trailer we're going to use takes 60,000 liters, so we'll definitely free up the room in the input hopper to put the rest of these bales in. Go. But I'd say the Compost Master is one of the highlights of this map. It makes buying some of the bigger fields and makes buying some of the bigger equipment you need fairly easy. See, it's shut down now because the output's full. So for those that don't know, the grabs here are from the straw DLC, the straw add-on, the straw harvest add-on. That's the third-party DLC by Aerosoft. I think they're really designed for 3 bales at a time, but if you grab them right, you can get 4. Okay. And 2 more stacks. Over here. Overall, this has gone fairly well. The third time around. Third time's a charm, right? Alrighty. There we go. And we'll just leave this over here. Ah, silence. So peaceful. Little Bo and Luke jump over the trailer and slide. Let's see. This thing's got too big of a turning radius. Do that. Let's see if we can't go up here and turn around at the restaurant here. Actually, let's check something out here. Got a big old pretty field of canola, and I forget how much this field costs. But let's just see how much this costs. Really do like these Century 21 signs. 1 million. Oh man, we need some more money for that one. 1,036,000. And needs another layer of fertilizer on it. You know what? We will probably have that much money by the time we're done what we're going to do with the Compost Master. What we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to swing wide and just loop around here. Check out this old baler. I guess it's it's a Ford. It's got that Ford blue. We had a baler similar to this on a farm, except it had a kicker on it. We didn't. It didn't have just drop the bales. It kicked them up into a wagon. It was as much work trying to unknot the bales because they were all kicked up as it was to carry them around. You kind of haphazardly they fall into the wagon. So it was kind of a problem to kick them up. All right, well, should have turned back there. This way. 2 or 5 stacks. 16,000 each, so that's 32,000 times 2, so that's 64,000 bales, 64,000 liters of compost right there. We got 100,000 liters of compost already made up, so it's 160,000 liters of compost just brought over right there. That is almost 3 full trailer loads of compost. So that is going to net us a whole heap ton of money. What we're going to do is we're going to drop the wanted to. It's the only big, not really a big problem, but the only downside that's also a plus to this particular truck is the multiple cameras. And I wish there was a way to select which camera you wanted, as opposed to toggling through them all. That would be pretty neat if we could do that. There's times like right now where I can use that rear-facing camera. Oops, wrong. I don't have it here. I can use the rear-facing camera here to help me back into the trailer. And the front-facing camera is really good if we're going to use it to jockey things around in the yard for any reason. And of course the cab camera. Alright, so let's go load up some compost and see how much money we can get, right? Buddy. Good. Wide. Try not to hit the oncoming traffic. We do need to, we do have rain coming in. So we should try our best to get those bales in the compost master before the rain comes and deteriorates them away into, well, they won't deteriorate away totally, but they'll definitely lose volume. And we don't want to lose too much volume because the compost is rather valuable. So usually I just pull in. I think what we'll do here is we'll back in. Try to stay off the grass. I said, the only big negative on the truck is the turning radius is a lot bigger now. Oh, let's see if we can't do that. Whoa. There we go, compost. That storage, not the storage unit, but that shipping container sure is in the way. I was thinking CCS 101 put that there on purpose to make it problematic and difficult when loading. I'm pretty sure I've showed you all this, but I'll show you again. You can see the F1 menu does not have anything about the number of hours till maintenance on this wheel loader. And that is because right now I'm running the unreleased version of Seasons. It's a dev version. And in the dev version they have made an allowance for vehicles or other equipment that, well, vehicles I guess, because it's things with engines. They've made an allowance for things that are not owned by the player, but are usable by the player. So with the current release of Seasons, if you use this wheel loader and you're playing with Seasons, you'll see that it needs maintenance. And after the first game year, you'll need to maintain your equipment. Well, you won't be able to because you don't own it. If you come up and try to do maintenance on it, it won't let you because it says you don't own it. But it needs maintenance, so you're kind of stuck in this catch-22 scenario. Well, with the new Seasons, they have basically made that accommodation for things that may be usable but not owned. And anything that the player doesn't actually own is excluded from needing maintenance. So it's kind of assumed that the BGA staff, or whoever we say owns this, uses it and maintains it when we're not using it. I have to look at that readout on the trailer to see how much we've got in here, and it's on the other side. I could look at no, I can't look at glance because I didn't leave the truck running. Tell me when it gets full, but can't use the readout there because it's filling at the same time I am emptying. Maybe one more load. Maybe two more loads. All right, maybe another load, huh? I know it's going in there because it's not piling up on the other side of the trailer. I'm hitting that container again. There we go, now we're full. We will, there, we'll empty that. Put another 6,000 in there just to get some more out of that. Let's go ahead and close up our cover there. And let's see if we can't put some more in. All right. So I don't know if this will take it all or not. There, we got them all. Up. Up. Looks like we're full again. I'll just move this up here and stage it. All right, we're 43,000. Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Great demand for compost. So that is almost full at 98,000. Where are we at here with this one? 43,000. 41,000. Let's look at that great demand. Well, 2,700. I did not see how long it lasted for. I'll have to go back and check the recording, see how long it lasted. But go ahead and see how much we can get. All right, so I have learned the easiest way to get there is to come up this road, and this road takes us right up by the dairy. So while we're driving up here to the compost sell point, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please click a like. It would be super awesome. If you like what you see and you want to tell others, go ahead and click that share button and share the video with anyone that you think might enjoy it. If you're not a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We do Let's Play videos on this map, which is Midtown, USA, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We do map videos typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We also are currently in the process of closing out our Churn Farm series. We do those videos will be released on Saturday and Sunday until the middle of March, at which time they will, uh-oh, uh-oh, well, that's what I get for not looking. That series will end around mid-March, and at that point we will be done our 24-day seasons play. We played that map for a year and 3/4. Started it in spring and played an entire game year. And then we played a second game year through 3 seasons. We stopped partway through winter. And that was a real fun time. Let's see if we can't. This is where I really missed the international truck. That semi had really awesome turning radius. We could just whip the trailer in here. Pretty easy. This one we have a little bit of a hard time. Alrighty. So I also encourage you to go check out the guys in my description. They're all 3 Dudes Media members or 3 Dude admins. We've got a new 3 Dude that was added just a couple weeks ago, and that is Simulation for the Nation. So I encourage you to go check him out. He puts out really great content and everything. Also encourage you to go check out the 2 websites, PCSG and 3 Dudes Gaming Network. Those are all linked from my channel and in the description. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to sell off the compost. Obviously during this great demand time, we're going to bring down more bales during that period and see how much we can make. We're already at 700,000. Probably won't take but a couple more loads to be able to buy up that big old canola field. I know big old field, what is that number? Big old field 9, that's $1.5 million. So I don't know which strategy is the best. If we should buy, save up our money and buy the big field, and then all the other fields are cheaper, so they'll feel like we don't have to, it takes a lot less to purchase them. Or if it makes sense to buy up the cheaper fields first and get some sense of accomplishment that, you know, with $1 million we could buy 2 fields versus 1 field, or not even a single field. So, but we're not going to buy any fields off camera. We're just going to continue to make up some compost and continue to sell compost. And I'll be back with you either once we have made our fortune and are ready to do some land acquisitions, or when we are ready to do some hay work, or when we're ready to plant some corn. So until next time, guys, happy farming.